Hello and welcome to 6 Minute Maths, and today we are going to look at percentages of an amount. But before we actually do that, let's talk about it and have a look at a couple of examples. So let's just say, just check my pen's working, it is. Let's just say I go into a shop or a store and I find a shirt, and that shirt is £50. And the ticket and the sign above the stand says there is a 50% off those shirts, which is a big saving. Now I know that 50% is half, so I know that shirt there's going to be half off, so I'm going to take off £25 and I'm going to then pay 50 take away 25 means I'm going to pay £50. Okay, but there is a formula we use for that, and the formula is the value divided by 100 times the percent that's required. So what we do is we take that 50, we divide it by 100, and what that does is it finds 1% of the value when we're dividing it by 100, because percentages are part of 100. So and 1%, 50 divided by 100 equals 0.5. Okay, so 0.5 times by the percent we want to find, which in this case was 50% off, gives us an answer of 25. So the £50 divided by 100 times by the percent we want to find, which equals 50, means that we're getting £25 off the shirt. Let's do another one. So we've got a shirt, same shirt, £50, but this time there's only 10% off. Well, most people know that if you divide an amount by 10, that gives you that 10%, so 50 divided by 10 equals £5, so the discount would be £5. But let's just, using our formula, calculate it properly. So £50 divided by 100, that finds us 1%, and that equals 0.5. We'll show it on the calculator in a minute. And 0.5 times by the 10% we need to find will give us a value of £5. Just to show you, let's double click on the calculator. There it is. So remember, it's the value divided by 100 times by the percent that's required. So if I've got £50, I'll just type that in, 50 divide by 100 finds us 1%. As you can see, it's 0.5. So if I want to find out what 10% is, I'll then times it by the percent I need to find, which is 10. And the answer is £5. So yeah, that's correct. Okay, let's have a look at a question, or a couple of examples. And don't be afraid of using the calculator if you need to use the calculator. So let's just have a look at this one here, 19% of 36. So I'll use the formula 36 divided by 100 finds me 1%, times it by 19 will give me an answer. See, there's the formula. Try and remember that formula. Okay, and I'll calculate that in a second. And then this one here, 49% of 36. So we take that 49 divided by 100. Sorry, we take that 36. I'll start again. Divide it by 100 and times it by 49, and that'll give us an answer. And one more, 6% of 36. We take that 36, divide it by 100, and then times it by 6 to find out what 6% is. I'll get my calculator. There it is. First one, 36 divide by 100 times by 19 will tell us what 19% of 36 is, and it is £6.84. So I can pop that in there, £6.84. Do the next one. We're finding 49% of 36. So 36 divided by 100 finds us 1%. Times by 49 will tell us what 49% is, which is £17.64. Okay, and the last example there, 36 divided by 100 finds 1%. Times it by 6 to find 6%. Gives us an answer of £2.16. Okay, just try and remember the formula. The value divided by 100 times by the percent you need. So here's a typical question. Level 1. Tim is going to buy a large garden shed. He plans to use it for a home cinema. Tim wants to buy this shed and the price of the shed is £3,200. £3,200. The deposit for the shed is 15% of the price. How much is 15% of 3,200? So we take our 3,200. We divide it by 100 and times it by 15 to find out what that 15% is. Get my trusty calculator. 3,200 divide by 100 times by the 15% means that the deposit is going to be £480. So in answer to the question, how much is 15% of 3,200? Well, it's 480. The second part to this says show a check of your answer, and you can do a reverse calculation. So if I take that 480 and it said and divide it by 15, that'll find me what 1% is. And if I then times it by 100, that should bring us back to the original value. So let's have a look and see. So 480 divide by 15 times by 100 equals 3,200. So that could be my check. Always write check next to a check to show the examiner which part of your calculations are a check, and I need to put my 0 in there, my apologies. And that's it for this short video. Thanks for watching.